So today we learn about kernel of a homomorphism. Okay, so this is kernel of a homomorphism. Kernel of a homomorphism. Okay, so what is a kernel of a homomorphism? Okay, so kernel of a homomorphism is what? It is a subset of G, right? If G is a group, then kernel is a subset of G such that every element of that K is mapped onto the identity element E dash. Okay, every element is mapped onto the identity element E dash. That's all. So for example, here I will write the definition. So in the examination, it is very important. They ask the definitions kernel of a homomorphism for 2 marks. Okay, so here we define the kernel of homomorphism as let f from G to G dash be a homomorphism. Be a homomorphism from the group G into G dash, and E dash is the identity element of G dash. Okay, then the subset K of G defined by K is equal to A belongs to G such that so f of A is equal to E dash. Okay, or in other words we say that K is a subset of G containing the elements of G, containing the only elements of G whose images are E dash, Okay, for example, so here there is a one group, say G, here it is another group G dash, right? So here I take G as A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and here I take the G dash as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now here G dash is a group under multiplication. G dash is a group under multiplication. Here the binary operation is multiplication. Okay, here also let us take binary operation is what? Is again multiplication. Now let us define f from G to G dash is a homomorphism. Be a homomorphism. Okay, so now we map one element. So I map A onto this 2. Okay, then B to 1. Next C again 1. Next D I map this onto 3, and E I map this onto 5. Okay, and again I map one 3 is left. I map this A with 3, right? So now here kernel means what? It is a subset of G. It is a subset of G. Okay, whose images, it is a subset of G containing the elements whose images are 1. Okay, so now see here the image of A is 2, image of A is 3. Okay, next image of B is 1, image of C is 1, image of D is 3, image of E is 5, correct? So here kernel means it is the subset of G containing the elements whose images are 1. So now say here, check the elements. B is having the image 1, yes, group that B. Next C, take C. C is again having the image that is also equal to 1, so C. Next check D. D is having the image 4, no, it will not come. Next E is having the image 5, it will not come. A is having the image 2 and 3, okay, therefore it will not come. So therefore only the kernel is a subset containing the elements B and C, because the images of B and C are equal to what? 1, are equal to 1. So that is, if I write f of A is equal to 2, next f of B is equal to 1, f of C is also equal to 1, f of D is equal to 3, f of E is equal to 5. So only these two elements are having the images 1, so therefore the kernel is a subset having the images 1. So B and C are the kernel of this homomorphism group G. Okay, so K is the kernel which contains the elements B and C. Okay, so K is the kernel of this homomorphism F from G to G dash. Okay, so this is the definition of kernel of homomorphism. Next, we see some examples. Okay, this is some examples. So here are some examples. So first one, let C star be the multiplicative group. C star be the multiplicative group of all non-zero complex numbers. Of all non-zero complex numbers. Okay, and let us define a mapping F from C star to itself, that is C star. Okay, by f of a plus ib is equal to a minus ib. Okay, for all a plus ib belongs to C star. A plus ib belongs to C star. So this is, we define a mapping from C star to C star by this. Okay, so now we find the kernel of the homomorphism. Okay, so now clearly we observe that F is a homomorphism. F is a homomorphism because we have seen the homomorphism while defining the homomorphism of a group. We have seen a number of examples, and there also you get the examples complex numbers. Okay, so complex numbers under the binary operation multiplication are the homomorphism. So therefore they form a homomorphism. So therefore clearly F is a homomorphism. Okay, so then kernel of F is equal to, how we define it, let us see. kernel of f is equal to, by the definition, it is nothing but what? It is the set of all elements which belongs to C star. Okay, here G is nothing but C star. Okay, the kernel of f is what? It is a subset containing the elements of C star such that whose images are equal to what? The identity element E dash, right? Or we can say that this is equal to, because the group operation or the complex numbers in the this is a group of complex numbers with binary operation multiplication, and already it is given here. Okay, so it is a group of multiplicative group of all non-zero complex number, means the group operation is multiplication. So for multiplication, identity element is equal to what? 1. Identity element is equal to 1. Okay, so f of x is equal to E dash comma 1. Okay, so that is kernel of f is equal to now see here, x means x is an element of group of complex numbers. So means x is of the form a plus ib, correct? So therefore here it is a plus ib belongs to C star such that f of a plus ib is equal to what? 1, right? So it is here x replace x by a plus ib, which is equal to what? 1, equal to 1, right? Kernel of f is equal to a plus ib, it belongs to C star such that f of a plus ib is equal to 1. So which is equal to a plus ib belongs to C star such that, now what is f of a plus ib? By the definition. So by this definition, f of a plus ib is what? A minus ib. So right here, this is equal to what? A minus ib, which is equal to 1. Now from this equation, equating these two, or we can write this one as a plus ib belongs to C star such that a minus ib is equal to, now write this one as in the form of complex numbers. Okay, so let us write this one as 1 plus I into 0, correct? A minus ib is equal to this one, I will write this one as 1 plus I into 0. Okay, so it is also in the complex form. So which means that this is a plus ib belongs to C star such that, now from this equation, equating real and imaginary parts. Okay, equating real and imaginary parts, what we will get? This is equal to C star such that a is equal to 1 you will get, and b is equal to what? 0, correct? A is equal to 1 and b is equal to 0. So this means, now substitute these values of a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 0 here. Okay, substitute a is equal to 1 here and substitute b is equal to 0 here. So what you will get? This is equal to 1 plus I into 0. So you will get this is equal to 1. So therefore this kernel of f is equal to what? 1. Kernel of f is equal to 1. Okay, so this is how we find the kernel of a given homomorphism. Now similarly, take the second example. Let f from R plus 2 R be a homomorphism defined by f of x is equal to log x to the base 10, log x to the base 10. Okay, so now Now here this R plus, so we will write here, so R plus comma dot is a multiplicative group of all positive real numbers. So therefore here we have taken positive sign here, all positive real numbers, and the group operation is what? Multiplication. Group operation is multiplication. Okay, and the second, this is first one, so this is a what? In this case, it is a multiplicative group of all positive real numbers. Okay, so next comes R comma plus is the additive group of all real numbers. That means this is that group. Okay, so here this R plus, this is a multiplicative group of all positive real numbers, whereas this one is a additive group of all real numbers. Okay, so this mapping is defined by f of x is equal to log x to the base 10, right? So then we find the kernel of homomorphism. Okay, so now here kernel of f is equal to as by definition it is nothing but what? It is the subset containing the elements which belongs to R plus such that whose images are equal to the identity element E dash. Okay, so E dash means what here? Now observe here, E dash means this R is the additive group of all real numbers, means it is a group of real numbers with binary operation addition. So when binary operation is addition, then identity element is, yes, it is 0. So this is identity element is equal to what? 0. Okay, so that is kernel of f is equal to kernel of f is equal to, here I will write, this is x belongs to R plus such that, now what is f of x by the definition? So this is the f of x, correct? It is equal to what? Log x to the base 10. So substitute here. So f of x means log x to the base 10 is equal to what? 0, is equal to 0. So which implies x belongs to R plus such that, now log x to the base 10 is 0, that means x is equal to what? 10 to the power 0, which is equal to what? 1. So x is equal to 1. So substitute this value of x here, which gives 1. So therefore kernel of f is equal to 1. Okay, so this is how we find the kernel of a homomorphism. Okay, so next we prove one important theorem. From this. So here it states that theorem 1, so here let f from G to G dash be a homomorphism be a homomorphism from the group G into G dash with kernel K. Then K is a normal subgroup of G. K is a normal subgroup of G. Okay, so this is the statement of the theorem. Now proof. So here what we have to show? We have to show K is a normal subgroup of G. Okay, so now what is given? F from G to G dash be a homomorphism from the group G into G dash and with kernel K, and it is having a kernel K. Okay, it is having kernel K means what? It is having a subset K, means a group G is having a subset K whose elements are mapped onto the identity element of G dash, right? So it is having that kernel K. Then what we have to show? K is a normal subgroup of G. So means what here? F is a G from G to G dash be a homomorphism from the group G into G dash and with the kernel K, having the kernel K. Kernel K means what? It is a set of the elements of G whose images are equal to what? 1. Whose images are equal to, identity element of G dash, whose images are equal to identity element of G dash. Now we have to show that K is a normal subgroup of G. Okay, so first what we do, we prove K is a subgroup of G. We have to show that K is a subgroup of G. Okay, so we prove this theorem in two steps. Okay, in two steps. So in the first one what we do, we show that K is a subgroup of G. In the second step we show that K is a normal in G. Okay, so if we prove these two conditions, if we prove that K is a subgroup of G and K is normal in G, then it implies that K is a normal subgroup of G. Right? So to prove that K is a subgroup of G, so to prove any subset, this we have proved in the last class theorem. Okay, so to prove any subset as a subgroup, okay, if you want to prove a subset is a subgroup of G, then what we have to show? For all A, B belongs to H, AB inverse belongs to H. Okay, if this condition is satisfied, then it means that H is a subgroup of G. Okay, so this you should remember this. Okay, in the last class we have proved one theorem based on this. Okay, so therefore you should remember this because it is very useful in solving many theorems and problems also. So here, to prove that any subset is a subgroup of G, then we show that for all AB belongs to G, where AB belongs to H, AB inverse belongs to H. Suppose that if G is a subgroup, if G is a group, okay, group of any numbers. Okay, now let H is a subset of G. Okay, so now to prove H is a subgroup of G, so what we have to show? We have to show this condition. For all AB belongs to H, AB inverse belongs to H. Okay, AB inverse belongs to H. This you should remember. So in this theorem we prove the same condition. Okay, so here what we have to show, so that is we show that K is, first we show that K is a subgroup of G. First we show that K is a subgroup of G. Okay, so now what we do, let A comma B belongs to K. A comma B belongs to K, right? So A comma B belongs to K, it means that f of A is equal to E dash and f of B is also E dash, because this is a kernel. Kernel means what? Always it has the elements whose images are equal to identity element of G dash. So therefore f of A is equal to E dash and f of B is equal to E dash. Now we consider f of AB inverse. Okay, now consider f of AB inverse is equal to 1. So this can be written as f is a homomorphism. So therefore it is same as f of A into f of B inverse, or which is equal to f of A into, this is same as f of B whole inverse. Okay, or which is equal to f of A means E dash and f of B means again E dash to the power minus 1, or E dash into, now this E dash inverse of E dash is again E dash only. So E dash into E dash is again E dash. So okay, so this implies f of AB inverse is equal to E dash. So by this, what it means, so the images of AB inverse, okay, the image of AB inverse is also equal to E dash. That means, which implies AB inverse belongs to the kernel K. So therefore when AB inverse belongs to kernel K, therefore K is a subgroup of G. K is a subgroup of G. K is a subgroup of G. Okay, so this is first step we completed. Next, second step, to prove K is normal in G. K is normal in G. Okay, what we have to show? We show that to prove K is normal in G, we show that G inverse belongs to K, right? This is a definition of the normal subgroup. To prove any subgroup as normal, so what we show that H inverse belongs to that element. So therefore here G inverse belongs to K. We have to show that. So to prove that, we show G inverse belongs to K. Okay. So now for this, what we have to show, this means the image of this, to prove G inverse belongs to K, we prove f of G inverse is equal to E dash, or the image of this G inverse is equal to E dash. Okay, so now consider f of G inverse is equal to, as it is a homomorphism, so it is same as f of G, f of K, f of G inverse, which is equal to f of G, f of K, and it is same as f of G inverse. Okay, let it be, right? So now this is f of G. Now this f of K means it is K is an element of this K. So therefore its image is E dash into f of G inverse, or which is equal to f of G into E dash is again same f of G. This is f of G inverse, correct? Or this means f of G inverse, because it is a homomorphism, or f of G inverse is E, because G inverse is equal to E dash. G inverse is equal to E. This is E. So f of E is equal to what? E dash, because by theorem f of E is equal to E dash. So this means gk, that is what will this implies? F of gk, G inverse is equal to E dash, which means gk G inverse belongs to k. So therefore k is normal in G. So here we have taken f of gk G inverse. F of gk G inverse is equal to, we have simplified and we obtain f of gk G inverse is equal to E dash. F of E means it is E dash. So f of gk G inverse is equal to E dash means that gk G inverse belongs to k. So therefore k is normal in G. So therefore kernel of f is a normal subgroup of G. So this is the proof of this theorem. Okay. So I hope you understood this theorem. With this I conclude this class and continue in the next class. Thank you.